All right, today we're going to learn how to make games using hyperlinking in slides. I'm going to be using these following shortcuts in the video, and I will mention those shortcuts as I use them. So the first thing we're going to do, since I started my slide presentation with my shortcuts, is I need a new slide. So I'm going to hit Control M, and I'm going to get a new slide. On this slide, I want to go ahead and choose a background. I can either choose the themes over here on the right-hand side to match my game, or I can create my own. And I'm going to quickly create my own. So I'm going to choose a background. I'm going to make it blue. I'm going to add to theme, and now all of mine will be blue. And then I'm going to create a snowman because I'm going to have a snowman game. So just quickly, I'm dragging and dropping my shapes just like I would in Google Draw. Hopefully you will be able to take a little bit more time and make an even better image than I will. So I'm creating a snowman, giving him some black eyes. I'm going to do Control D, which duplicates. And now I've got two eyes, and I'm going to select them and turn them black. And I'm going to give him a carrot nose. And I'm going to flip my carrot nose upside down so it's pointing down. Make that carrot nose orange. And I will be done. Okay, so I'm going to add a title to this. So this is going to be called Multiplication Snowman. I'm going to make that look the way I want it to. So I'm just centering it and changing my font. I like this one. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I think I made it smaller. Let's make it bigger. There we go. And then I'm going to take this text box, which is already here. I'm going to shrink it down. And I'm going to start my game by saying, click here to start. And I'm going to change my font on this one just so we can see it a little bit better. We're going to make it black, and that will be good enough. Okay. So now I like my slide. I like my snowman on it. So for the rest of my slides, instead of creating a new slide, I'm going to copy the original slide. So I'm going to hit Control C and then Control V, and that's going to copy my slide. And right now we're going to say, oh, I see. I'm going to delete that and try that again. I'm going to Control C, Control V. I'm sorry, I did something from previous. So again, to copy the slide, I just was over on the right-hand side over here on the slides. Images, hit Control C and then Control V. And now I've pasted a new slide. So I'm going to use the same setup, and I'm going to make a multiplication game. So the first thing I need to do in a game is create a problem. So I'm going to do 4 times 4. And I'm going to have 2 answers. So I like the font in this box, so I'm actually going to shrink it down so it just fits inside. My box is a little more, my page will be a little more organized. Slide back over here. We're going to make this nice. I can't seem to change the size today. There we go. Grabbing the handlebars on the side, and I'm going to hit Control D, just like I did for his eyes, and it duplicates it. What's nice about this is then I've got the exact same font, and I'm going to type in an answer. So I know the correct answer to 4 times 4 is 16. I'm going to make this box even a little smaller. And then how did I duplicate again? Control V. So I'm going to duplicate again, and I'm going to slide that one apart. Now I need it. In a game, I'm going to have a correct answer and an incorrect answer. So a common misconception for multiplication, I'm trying to think of what somebody might think 4 times 4 is. I think a lot of people might make the mistake and say 4 times 4 is 12 instead of 16. So I'm going to have that be my second mistake. Now, if you remember, we're going to copy from this slide. So we're going to hit Control C and then Control V. And there we copied the slide and pasted it down here again. This is going to be my slide that tells my student, my game player, if they're correct or incorrect. So I'm going to say correct. And then I'm going to delete one of these text boxes. We'll get rid of the 12. And we're going to tell it to click here to continue. Okay, and this is a little big, so let's make this one a little bit smaller. There we go. And again, we're going to make that box nice and tight. And this is going to help us in our hyperlinking later. There we go. Okay. So again, you could do some stuff to center this to make it look better, but for now, this is good enough. Now, I also need a slide that they would go to if they're incorrect. So I'm going to copy this slide and paste this slide. Oops, I forgot to copy that one, but that's okay. Let's just delete that one. I'm going to click on it, Control C, now Control V. And here we're going to write, instead of correct, we'll say try again. And then we'll leave our click here to continue. And I'm going to make one more slide. And for the sake of this video, I'm just going to say new problem. You, in your game, would create a new problem here, but this will help us make sure we're hyperlinking correctly. You would want to continue your game. So now we're going to come back. Right now, all we have is a slides presentation. And if we go through it, nothing magical. There's really no game. It's going to just take you through. So now we're going to add the game, the magical game aspect. So everywhere where we want them to click, we're going to add something called a hyperlink. So we're going to click here. You notice how I have the cursor blinking in the middle of the word here? For this activity, I don't want the cursor there. So I'm going to click on the blue line surrounding the box. And now the cursor disappeared. This means I have the whole box selected. So I'm going to add my hyperlink. To add my hyperlink, I'm going to hold the keyboard shortcut Control and K. If you notice, it pulls up this link right here. So we want to link to a slide in this presentation, something we created. So I'm going to click on the down arrow, and I want this to go to the first problem. So the first problem is slide 3, 4 times 4. So I scroll down on my scroll bar over here till I find slide 3, and I'm going to click that. I'm going to hit apply. Okay. Now if you notice, it doesn't look any different, which is exactly what we want. So we're going to click on slide 3. We're going to hyperlink 16. Again, we have the cursor, so click on the blue line around the side. Remember that keyboard shortcut for link? Control K. Slides in this presentation. We want this one to go to slide 4 because that is the correct answer. And apply. And now 12 needs to be linked to the incorrect answer slide. So we're going to hit Control K. Slides in this presentation. And the try again slide is slide 5. Okay. So we're going to jump down to our correct slide. Oops. Sorry, we're going to jump to our correct slide. It says click here. So this one, since it's correct, again, I'm making sure I have no cursor in there. So click on the blue lines. And we're going to hyperlink this one to slide 6, which in your game would be the next possible slide. I can't see slide 6, so I actually have to move this up. This is a little bit of a frustrating point, but I need to move it up, hit Control K again, and then I'll be able to see the bottom of my display chart. So click apply, and I want it lower, so now I'm moving it back down after I've added the hyperlink. For try again, same thing. I know I'm going to have to move that up because it was too low on the first one. So I've got no cursor, Control K, slides in this presentation, and I want them to try again. So I'm going to go back to slide 3 where the problem was, and I'm going to click that. Okay, now we've hyperlinked, and so our job is to check to see if we've hyperlinked correctly. So you're going to go back to the first slide of your game and click presentation. And we're just going to try to play it. So I click here to start. It takes me to the first slide. I'm going to pick the wrong answer, 12, and it says try again. Click here to continue. Hopefully this will take me back to the problem. It did. I'm going to click on the correct answer now, which is 16. It tells me I'm correct, and hopefully this will take me to my new problem. And it does. Okay. So this is how you create a game using hyperlinking. I encourage you to make your game, your theme look entertaining and fun. I encourage you to double check your links to make sure they work like ours did, and make sure you have a couple problems. I also encourage you that when you're choosing your wrong answer, think about a wrong answer that you think your classmates might choose. All right, I'm excited to see what games you're able to create. Come back and watch whenever you need a review and try some different things. Good luck with it.